Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I just finished running doing some salvage runs in my quest over here, and I'm actually about to switch to my malediction, which is a travel malediction, to go to this place which I call Gravity Crab. It's a few jumps away, and it's a bit more of a quiet nullsec system compared to this system that I'm in right. Like I've got based out of called GHJV. It's like the GE is like you could say the home base of Brave, and because it's the home base, it's obviously going to have a lot of people going there to try to get some easy kills. So this system I'm going to AOK. It's a bit quieter of a system, and I use this malediction then to get there because there are two reasons. It's really fast, and also it's immune to warp bubbles, and that's an important thing when you've got when you're in Nullsec. The bubbles, they can really get you real hard and good, because I died once to them. And remember when I said that I tried scouting in a Purifier, but then a Saber came and just wrecked my face really hard because they had that bubble. So this malediction is very good just to do quick travels around. That's what I'm going to do to get to this system of AOK. So what am I going to do in AOK? Well, I'm going to do some Abyss running, because I got wrecked when I was doing Abyss running in GE. I'm pretty sure that's just because people think that, oh, there's a lot of people there, let's just do a little bit of a combat scan. Oh, Abyssal traits, let's go there and just wreck them. Obviously people can wreck me in AOK, but it's going to be a little bit less likely, and that's kind of the risk I'm taking. I'm not going to be running them in particularly strong ships. I'm going to be doing all particularly expensive ships. So I bought back my Abyssal Purifier. I'm going to do that. So there's actually two options I've got. I can do Frigate Abyss in the Purifier or Retribution, and the Retribution is better because you can do the T2 sides. The thing is though, that makes it not just like a simple, because ISK from T1 Abyss compared to T2 is about double the amount. So in T2 you're getting about double the amount of ISK as T1, or just a rough approximation. So you'd think that, okay, if I'm going to do Retribution in T2, right, I'm going to get double the amount of ISK power as the Purifier. Well, not necessarily, because the thing is, the Retribution has not as much DPS as the Purifier. However, it's able to apply that DPS a lot better than the Purifier. So that's why, in general, the Retribution is a good Abyss ship, because it is able to apply it very well, while the Purifier is not as much of an optimal Abyss ship, because it can't apply the higher DPS very well. The thing is, though, the Purifier, and then also the Retribution is a lot more tank, so it can take a lot big of a beating. The thing is that the Purifier, I've noticed, when you take certain flight paths, like when you are retreating away from an enemy, then for some reason I noticed that the application that happens actually is a lot more. So you actually kill stuff still quite quickly in a Purifier. In fact, sometimes even quicker than a Retribution. The Retribution, I would say, on average is a bit better. But when it comes to the waves that the Retribution has, that take a long time, which are the battleship waves, those ones go extremely fast in the Purifier, because the Purifier has, as I said before, it has more DPS than the Retribution. I'm just going to take now some calm electricals here to put in here. So what I just did now was I switched my clones to a blank clone, so that if I die, I don't lose that. So the battleship waves are going to go very quickly, and that saves you a ton of time, because using the Retribution in T2s can actually sometimes take you like 5, maybe even 6 minutes when you've got the battleship waves and the Retribution. Meanwhile, the Purifier does it so quickly. The whole reason why the Purifier technically has enough DPS to do T2s, maybe even better than the Retribution. So it's a bit hard for me to directly say. Like, I think the Retribution has more effective DPS, but as I said before, I noticed sometimes if you take certain flight paths, you will apply that DPS pretty well. So I feel like if you have a lot of battleship waves, you're definitely going to destroy the Retribution in times. If you don't have battleship waves, then I think it's going to be quite even. The Retribution, I think, is going to be a bit faster. So I like the speed and the Purifier can do. The problem is the Purifier does not have a whole lot of tank. It's a stealth bomber. Stealth bombers are known for being relatively slow, big, and not so tanky as compared to your usual frigates, especially the tanky assault frigates. they can take real big beatings. That's why the Retribution is so proficient in the Abyss. It's pretty tanky, fast, and does a lot of DPS and has high range, all combined into one small package. So that's why this Purifier can't do T2s. It'll just eventually get wrecked just to sheer amounts of DPS. But the DPS it can actually apply is actually alright. It's not too bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I did a bit of a wrong thing there. I would have wanted to go for that Kikimura. Kikimura is the big issue right here. It's not the Damavik is not as big a deal. And you see that DPS? Oh, that was did you see what I mean? 1,400 damage on that Damavik, and I don't know why. It just has something to do with how signature radius works, how missile mechanics work. That if they're like coming towards me, then I notice that I do a lot more damage. It's just I think it has something to do that they maybe got their Microwarpdrives active, as well as them the way they have got like their vector is making it making it easier for the missile explosion to do more damage to the enemy ship. Use that. That purifies. That Kikimura stood no chance. Okay, let's go to the buy adaptive. Also, a thing that is that this ship will do sights a lot quicker than the Retribution because it's T1, less ships in a T1. So it's naturally going to be quite fast compared to a T2. I mean, obviously less loot, but it's also going to be faster. So those are also things to just think about. I remember when I did T4 and then I switched to T5. And I was like, oh wow, this T5 when in my Gila then I was noticing that it's a bit slower in the T5, only a bit slower, but it was worth it because I got a lot more loot, but it's still a bit slower. So I mean, if the T5 loot was bad enough, it would have been even better to just go for the T4s because it was actually quite a bit faster. There we go, first wave down. That was pretty damn quick, less than 2 minutes right there. Let's go do a little bit of a reload. Imagine if there was something like a recoil in the weapons, like you shoot a weapon and then your ship moves back a bit because of the recoil. That would be fun. No, I don't think it'd be fun. It'd be really annoying, but it'll be what I mean is it'll be funny, not fun, funny. Purify going to wreck some Triglavians. Let's go to the next room. Let's see what we get here. See how that goes. Okay, we've got see that tracking pylon right there? Oh, those are quite deadly if we're up against battleships. Who can maybe wreck us quite hard. Pacifier. Okay, these guys don't really I don't have much issue with these guys usually. They have big problems with the big battleship Edencom waves in the cruiser, like my Gila one. But for the Purifier and Frigate Abyss in general, I've not noticed too big of an issues. It has a lot to do with, I think, that they are Vorton projectors. They work like missiles. Missiles obviously don't apply well to frigates because of just the way the signature radius thing works. And also it has to do with, I think that it's quite easy, especially for my Purifier, because they've got pretty big signature radius. I think it could be to do with that they are shield based ships. There you can see that most of the amount of their EHP is in shields. Shield buffer fit ships, shield buffer fits, like you can do a Gila, for example. Very popular in the Abyss to use a buffer fit shield Gila, especially for like low tier ones. You'll have a massive signature radius due to just the shield extenders and also shield rigs increasing your signature radius. It's a negative side effect of the using shield modules in general. That's one benefit to armor tanking. You have a lot better signature radius, and that's one of the reasons why I'm actually using a small armor repair right now. So I think that the fact that they're shield based could have to do with that they are that it's easy for me to kill them, like we saw now, or it just could, just generally speaking, have to do that they've got big signature radiuses. You could look it up probably. There's all these websites like Game Cruncher and something where you can look up the stats of ships, like what damage they do, how big their signature radius is, you know, all that kind of juicy stuff. But I've not bothered looking them up, all these individual pacifier stuff. Maybe you guys could do it and let me know in the comments. Purifier looting some Triglavian labs. So the story actually behind these biocombinative caches is that these are like kind of research labs. So that's why we're stealing the technology from them. So that's what this Purifier is doing. Stealing the technology from their Triglavian labs. All those dead scientists in there. Or maybe there's robots working in there. Let's go to the next room. Let's go to the next room, see what we've got here. Leshak, one of the easiest waves for a Purifier. This goes over in a few seconds. Just It is so fast. The ones that can be a bit dangerous are the starving layer sharks. Starving layer sharks, you know, gonna nuke you, but it's alright. Look at this. Look, almost two-shot this guy. I can just deactivate my torpedoes now because it's just gonna die from that shot right there. There we go. Boop. Take the loot. Boopity boop 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 boop. I can get the loot right there, please. I hate it. I hate it when I go past a biocombinative cache and I try to click it. I was very certain I clicked it when I grabbed it, but that did not happen. That did not happen. It's damn annoying. Okay, so there we go. This T1 site done in a Purifier, raided and taken over some Triglavian research data. Very fitting for all this invasion crap they've done to me. Caused a lot of distress for me. Now I'm hitting back to them in their homeworld. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video right here. I'm going to dock right back to Krabby Crab Fortizar. If you guys enjoyed this little video right here, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.